Palestinian community here is pretty small. We're small but mighty.
For the past few years, Abdullah Alala has called Denver home. Years earlier, he and his family moved from their home in Gaza to the U.S.
The majority of my extended family is still in Khan Yunis, in the south of Gaza. That's where my family has been for hundreds of years.
Now half a world away, Alala can only watch as his former home is hit by Israeli airstrikes.
When you hear things like the airstrikes don't stop, like they literally don't stop. They're constant.
Since the war began between Israel and Hamas, Alala says more than 80 members of his family have died. Just this week, he says 8 members of his family, from 7 to 76 years old, were killed during an airstrike.
A few days ago, my mom spoke to one of our relatives there, whose niece had been killed a few days ago. And she actually said that she was grateful that her body was found in one piece. That's the type of thing that people in Gaza are grateful for now.
This level of grief, he says, is hard to comprehend for his family and for others like it in Gaza, caught in the middle between Israel and Hamas.
It's a collective grief that we're all facing, that we're all feeling, that we're all trying to work through. And I just hope that we get to the end soon.
Alala says that push for change and a lasting ceasefire is what drives him and others to the streets here every week since this war began.
I do have a lot of hope for the movement in general, for the future. Unfortunately, in the near future, it's kind of hard to be hopeful, seeing the situation on the ground is just dire and abysmal, and really doesn't seem like it's going to be stopping anytime soon.
He's hopeful that by spreading word of what's happening in Gaza, he and others can convince U.S. and world leaders to take action, and soon.
I just hope that difference doesn't come too late.
Alala says he wants to see a ceasefire reached and soon so his family and others like them will be safe from future airstrikes and fighting. He also wants to see more humanitarian aid be allowed into Gaza.
And that really has been the sticking point in terms of how to get aid in without it going to fuel the war effort and going to the civilians who are in need.
Yeah, and he says, clean drinking water, food, even access to electricity is so key for families there. They're so worried about everyone.
I appreciate the story. I think it's important to be talking about both sides of this conflict, and I'm not sure, as news media, we're doing that enough. So thank you.